Hey, Pat, you obviously had your shirt off there in the workouts today. You're obviously in tremendous shape. Do you feel like your conditioning is going to be a big factor in this fight, just with the fact that you are in such tremendous shape for this fight?
It is. You know, he think that I'm gonna gas out in the second round. That's what he said. But I've never said gas in my entire career, even if when I fought at 185. So, you know, the key is I'm gonna push the pace, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna try to hide anything. I don't want to hide anything. So he's gonna expect that, and I'm gonna be able to beat it with that.
You said up there, I'm not getting any younger. Like, do you feel pressure at the stage of your career that you have to keep winning? That, like, you know, a loss at this point in the fight like this could just be a setback you may not really be able to recover from?
Not really. With the experience, you know, you learn to not looking past your opponent. I'm taking one fight at a time. But like I said in many interviews before, I tried to call the entire top 15 for the year and a half, but I didn't get any answer. So now I'm tired to do that. I'm going right on top right now. I'm gonna pass Cerrone, and I'm gonna call the champ right now.
Patrick, it's your 19th or 20th UFC?
20th UFC, yeah.
Fight. Are there any nerves as you go in at this stage of your career?
You know, I have a good trick that not getting nervous. It's because I'm well prepared. You know, I think if you're nervous, because you have a doubt in your mind. And I'm not cheating in my nutrition. I'm not cheating in my training. So that's how I'm not getting nervous right now. This is a happy time for me. This is what I love to do. This is why I wake up every morning for the last 15 years, and I still enjoy it.
Do you think you're a better fighter these days?
100% sure. Yeah, for sure. You know, with the knowledge, experience, I have a solid team finally around me. I have everything I need. And, you know, I just stopped worrying about little detail that I couldn't control before. Now I just control what I can, and this is myself.
Before the Josh Berkman fight, you were, you know, a little antsy about finally needing to get a finish. Now it's 2 in a row. Now
Yeah.
Is there pressure to keep that up, or?
Not really. You know, the thing is, I was losing myself in that process. I was trying to become a fighter, than I wasn't. You know, more wrestler, more jiu-jitsu guy. I'm a striker. I didn't change my game. I just came back to the base, and but I still train. You know, I still try to upgrade my game very, very well. I'm a BJJ black belt. See, if I need to go on the ground, I go, and I know I'm able to do it like I did against Saunders. You know, I need to wrestle, I'll do it like I did against Joe Riggs. But you know, I'm a striker. That's who I am. So I have to not forget that.
How much of a factor is size going to be in this fight? Obviously, you can go back to you fighting Tito Ortiz, huge light heavyweight, and now you're fighting Donald Cerrone, a guy who's been at lightweight for most of his career.
Yeah, at that stage, I don't think the weight is a big factor around the skills. You know, if I think that just I'm gonna win because I'm a bigger guy, it's a big mistake. He's a well-rounded guy, and you know, I have to bring better skills than him to beat him. For sure, I'm gonna be a bigger guy. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna be more powerful. But at the same time, it's I can't control that. I'm gonna be a bigger guy. That's it.
He seems to think you're going to take him down. What would your response to that be?
You'll see. You'll see.
What went through your mind when the matchup was first proposed, Patrick? It was kind of a matchup out of the blue.
Yeah, exactly. I was happy. You know, to be honest with you, I don't want to be you know, lack of respect of my last two opponents, but I wasn't very motivated when they asked me to fight them at the beginning. I was really pumped up when the fight was coming close, but at the beginning I was okay. So that's my job. I have to do it. But the first day they told me that I will fight Cerrone, I was very excited, and that's why I had an amazing training camp.
Do you think it's an advantage you having home turf in this fight? You know, fighting in Ottawa, Cowboy's a fan favorite, but he's going into enemy territory in Ottawa. You know, known for the French-Canadian base.
Yeah, like I said, I love fighting Canada. You know, my record's pretty good. I feel very, very comfortable. But you know, with the experience that even if the cage is in the moon, you know, with the fight, you have to do a job to do. And when the door closed, doesn't matter where the cage is. You just have to do the job. That's it.
Cowboy's known for his beer drinking guy. Are you gonna have a beer with him after the fight?
I'm more a vodka guy, so maybe we're gonna share a couple of shots of vodka. We'll see if he's not too sad.
So Patrick, you mentioned you're not getting any younger, but Michael Bisping recently won the middleweight belt. Robbie Lawler is about the same age as you. If you get the big name win over Donald Cerrone, can we expect to see a Patrick Cote run and possibly another run in the title?
That's what I do since 4 fights. I guess. I mean, that's the thing. I don't wake up myself every morning, and I'm doing all the sacrifice just to be number 2, just to be second. If not, that doesn't in my mind doesn't mind anything. I do that because I want to be a champ. I want to be a world champion. I had a chance to become a world champion at 185. I had a bad luck. I still think that I still have the potential to have another title fight. We'll see, but guys like Dan Anderson and Michael Bisping give us hope. A guy like me.
How does the change in procedures for tomorrow's weigh-ins, being able to go anytime between 9 and 12, affect you?
It's amazing. It's amazing. We like it. I think that was the Ottawa and the UFC and the commission did listen to fighters, and that's amazing because every fighters are happy about that, about the early weigh-in. We understand that there's a show that's an entertaining business. We have to do it again at 5, but the official weigh-in is going to be early, and it gives us more time to get back on our way, get more chance to get in the cage more in a healthy way. So it's good.
Does that impact performance? Like, do you feel like that's going to change how you feel on fight night?
I don't know. It's going to be the first time, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you after the fight.
Was there one fight where the weight cut or the weigh-in was particularly tough for you in your career, Patrick?
Yeah, against Kai Nauk. I cut 26 pounds. That was a little bit too much. I mean, that was a lot too much, and that was really hard. But in my mind, I will never ever miss weight in my life. This is lack of respect towards the sport, the company, and your opponent. That's what I think. So that's why I suck it up, and I made the fight. I made the weight at 170, but that was hard. I was starting my cutting at 196. That was a little bit too high.
What's your thoughts on the main event for this card? Put on your analyst hat and give us the breakdown for Rory McDonald versus Stephen Thompson.
I love Thompson. Every time he beat somebody in fashion weight, I look good because I put him on decision. But at the same time, Rory is one of the best pound-for-pound fighter in the country, in the world. It's just going to be interesting how he's going to react after a big war like that. And when you lose a war like that, it can affect you psychologically when you start to receive punch in your face. So and the style of Stephen Thompson, it's very complicated. So he's going to have to adjust himself very, very fast about the style of Thompson.
What are your thoughts on the return of Brock Lesnar at UFC 200? What does that kind of mean to the sport to have that personality of that fighter back?
That's good. I don't know him personally, but for the sport, for the company, for the show, I think it's amazing. That's what we want. We want people watching the sport and buying pay-per-views, and that's it. We want more fans, and I think because of all those factors, it's great that it's come back.
Yeah, and another fighter who brought a lot of fans to the sport was Kimbo Slice. Suddenly passed away last week. Do you have any memories of him, and just talk about kind of what he meant to the sport and how he was able to, maybe not the most skilled fighter in the world, but was able to bring in fans that didn't typically watch MMA?
You know what? He has skills. That's the thing. He was a good boxer, and I met him twice. I think so. It was super nice. The thing is, it's hard for me to compare him to a really, really nice fighter because he wasn't. But personally, he was a really nice guy, and it's sad that he passed away like that at very, very young.
Thank you, Patrick.